A huge American aircraft carrier joined forces with her British counterpart while carrying out exercises in the North Sea. USS Harry S Truman worked alongside HMS Prince of Wales and the UK Carrier Strike Group this week. The Royal Navy has been completing exercise Strike Warrior in preparation for the 65,000-ton carrier's deployment to Japan and the Indo-Pacific region in 2025. One of the most powerful maritime forces in the UK's arsenal joined forces with a US counterpart to demonstrate Allied resolve, unity and cooperation in the North Sea. Britain's biggest warship has been deployed to the North Sea with a group of F-35B Lightning stealth fighters for the latest round of wargames. Footage published by the Ministry of Defence showed two of the most powerful ships at sea in European waters, HMS Prince of Wales alongside the USS Harry S Truman. As part of Exercise Strike Warrior, the UK and US joined forces to highlight NATO's unified maritime capabilities. USS Harry S Truman CVN-75 is the 8th Nimitz-class aircraft carrier of the United States Navy, named after the 33rd President of the United States, Harry S Truman. USS Harry S Truman was launched on the 7th of September 1996 by Newport News Shipbuilding, Newport News, Virginia, and commissioned on the 25th of July 1998 with Captain Thomas Otterbein in command. USS Harry S Truman provides a wide range of flexible mission capabilities to include maritime security operations, expeditionary power projection, forward naval presence, crisis response, sea control, deterrence, counterterrorism, information operations and security cooperation. The ship's embarked air wing is capable of projecting tactical air power over the sea and inland, as well as providing sea-based air, surface and subsurface defense capabilities. Since the Second World War, the United States and the United Kingdom have maintained the special relationship, but now the US Navy and British Royal Navy could move even closer together in a very special naval relationship. USS Harry S Truman worked alongside HMS Prince of Wales and the UK Carrier Strike Group this week. While at sea for Exercise Strike Warrior, the UK Carrier Strike Group, spearheaded by HMS Prince of Wales and the US Carrier Strike Group 8, centered on the USS Harry S Truman, joined forces to deliver a powerful statement of NATO's ability to project power from the sea. Britain's biggest warship hosted the US Strike Group commander Rear Admiral Sean Bailey, who watched UK F-35B Lightning stealth fighters launch from her flight deck, then join the Truman's FA-18 Super Hornets and an EA-18G Growler conduct a flypast over the two naval groups. The UK Carrier Strike Group, comprising HMS Prince of Wales, Associated Air Wing, escorts, supporting vessels and almost 2,000 personnel, has been at sea for training as part of Exercise Strike Warrior, one of the final milestones in the preparations of the Strike Group to undertake a global deployment to the Indo-Pacific region in 2025. Lightnings from the UK's new frontline strike fighter unit, 809 Naval Air Squadron, have been operating from the deck of HMS Prince of Wales. Training for strike missions that has included the dropping of live ordnance onto the Cape Wrath range in Scotland. The exercise scenario was choreographed by the UK's Joint Training and Exercise Planning Staff, based in the Royal Navy Warfighting Centre in Portsmouth Naval Base, with the activity of the Strike Group in response to the training scenario being directed by the staff of Headquarters UK Carrier Strike Group, embarked in HMS Prince of Wales, involving warships and support vessels from the Royal Navy and Royal Fleet Auxiliary, along with elements of the British Army, Royal Air Force and NATO warships from 6 nations. Norway, Denmark, Belgium, Germany, Portugal and the UK. Exercise Strike Warrior has seen air and naval power tested in challenging tactical situations. The Royal Air Force supported the anti-submarine defense of the Carrier Strike Group through provision of Poseidon P-8 maritime patrol aircraft, while other NATO aircraft supported F-35s in defending the Strike Group from aggressor aircraft, to fend off threats from the sky. Between these large-scale set-piece activities, participating ships have conducted their own training fighting fires and floods, dealing with mock casualties, replenishing with fuel and stores while underway. The end goal being to hone both individual and collective skills to forge a powerful yet flexible strike group able to deploy around the globe. Strike Warrior has delivered a short and intense period of training for the UK Carrier Strike Group. testing the group all the way from individual responses to a fire or flood through to complex long-range F-35B missions involving live weapon drops in support of Royal Marines ashore. Throughout, the strike group has taken the opportunity to work alongside NATO partners participating in activity concurrent to Strike Warrior, confirming EDAR procedures and interoperability with key allies, and demonstrated the UK's continued and absolute commitment to NATO. Portsmouth-based destroyer HMS Dauntless led the air defence of the strike group. Her commanding officer, Commander Ben Dorrington, said his team had been tested by a broad range of threats, including enemy air sorties, anti-ship cruise missiles, and the challenges posed by electronic warfare, thanks to the scale and scope of the exercise, and proven the ship's ability to protect the carrier group. The comprehensive training applied during Strike Warrior has thoroughly prepared Dauntless Ships Company to handle everything from fire and floods to high-end war fighting. Although Strike Warrior completes this weekend, further training will be conducted in UK waters before the carrier strike group deploys in 2025. Since departing Portsmouth last month, HMS Prince of Wales has sailed 1,500 conducting training. Her aircraft have conducted 71 sorties, accounting for 210 hours, nearly 9 whole days airborne. And the F-35s have dropped 4 paveway bombs on the Cape Wrath range during a live ordnance exercise. Strike Warrior concludes an intensive early autumn of training for HMS Prince of Wales and her 750-strong ships company. Since the Second World War, the United States and the United Kingdom have maintained the special relationship, but now the US Navy and British Royal Navy could move even closer together in a very special naval relationship. The navies of the two long-standing allies will open a tech bridge in London that would be used to transfer and share innovation between the partners. It would follow in the footsteps of a concept that was pioneered in the United States at a dozen sites, where information and innovation is already being shared. In the early 21st century, Britain affirmed its relationship with the United States as its most important bilateral partnership in current British foreign policy. And the American foreign policy also affirms its relationship with Britain as its most important relationship, as evidenced in aligned political affairs, mutual cooperation in the areas of trade, commerce, finance, technology, academics, as well as the arts and sciences, the sharing of government and military intelligence, and joint combat operations and peacekeeping missions carried out between the United States Armed Forces and the British Armed Forces.